The teacher that truly inspired and pushed me, it would have to be Miss Loyalist.
It was Miss Loyalist.
Mrs. Loyalist.
Definitely Miss Loyalist.
This would be Miss Loyalist.
Miss Loyalist.
There's so many ways that she's inspired and affected me.
She cares a lot about the content, and so I think it makes it a lot easier for her to teach it.
Every single class, she was constantly putting us in as close to a clinical setting as you could get, and really having that hands-on experience is amazing.
Miss Loyalist has really inspired me to continue to always try my best and push, basically kind of reach for the stars, I guess.
Miss Loyalist has always pushed me to be better and try harder in her classes. She makes them more challenging.
She's actually one of the reasons I'm pursuing a degree in the medical field. Taking her anatomy and physiology class sparked my interest in the medical field, not solely because of the subject, but because of the class itself.
I would like Miss Loyalist to know that going to her class every day was something I always look forward to.
I really just want Miss Loyalist to know that she's the underlying reason for why I'm going into the medical field.
Her efforts are not wasted.
I would like for Miss Loyalist to know that she has always inspired me to keep learning even outside of the classroom.
I'm considering a degree in biomedical engineering for my undergrad, and then I eventually want to become a doctor. And I probably wouldn't have had these aspirations if it wasn't for Miss Loyalist.
I'm really thankful for everything that she's taught me, and that she had a really big effect on me deciding what I want to do with my life.
The teacher that really inspired me was Coach Pierce, just with the devotion and effort that he put into me and my other players in the weight room and on the field. He's inspired me by growing my love for the sport and all the work and hard effort that I had to put in the field, in the weight room. I would say thank you for all the fun memories in football and all the times that he took outside of class to get to know us, and that a lot of my success and satisfaction with what I accomplished in high school is because of him and everything he put me through to get me to where I am today.
The one teacher that really inspired me and pushed me was Mrs. Thurman.
It was Miss Thurman.
Mrs. Thurman taught kindness and patience.
She's someone who truly cares about her students. She's someone who pushes me to be my best and to respect those around me while doing so.
I always felt, like I could be open in her classroom. I wasn't scared to ask questions.
I just want to thank Miss Thurman for letting me be myself in her class and just thank her for being her. I want her to know that she's someone that I want to be like when I'm older.
She was a great teacher, and I'm incredibly grateful to have had her as a mentor. She was always willing to hear me out, listen to any problems that I had, to learn my learning habits and try to help me in any way that she could, and I'm very grateful to her for that.
Teacher who really inspired me in high school was Mr. Fleming. He's always pushed me to become a better student and a better programmer. He's the one who inspired me and introduced me to the subject that I will be majoring in college. I would like him to know that I appreciate everything that he has taught me and that I will use every lesson throughout my life. Thank you for making sure that I'm okay and that I'm always in my A game. Thank you, Fun Dog.
The teacher that really inspired me is Mrs. Haney.
Would have to be Miss Haney.
Mrs. Haney.
She teaches us math really well, and then she also even goes above and beyond and helps answer our questions that go beyond the curriculum she teaches us in class.
She was able to prepare me for all the high school classes that I've taken so far, and she gives me a reason to be better.
Every year there's something new about her that just makes her stand out from the rest of the teachers.
I just want her to know that she's been awesome. I couldn't have asked for a better math teacher, and she's really done a lot for me in more ways than she even realizes. I just want to say thank you for all of the help you've given me in the classroom.
I just want to say thank you, Miss Haney, for being there for me, for teaching me everything I know, for making me love math throughout the 3 years that I've had her.
I would want Miss Haney to know to never change. She's one of the sweetest people I know.
I think the one teacher that really truly inspired me and pushed me every day was Dr. Scott. She always taught me how to love learning, even if it was something that I wasn't going to use later in life. And I think that really translated to other aspects in my life. She calls me Joyful Jordan. So every time she calls me that, I get a smile on my face, and it just kind of makes my day. I'd just like to say thank you to Dr. Scott for pushing me every day to be the best student and person I could be, and to really help me improve my outlook on everyday life, because it has helped me a lot. Her calling me Joyful Jordan, as annoying as it is, it really has helped. So thank you, Dr. Scott.
The one teacher that inspired me the most was my percussion director, Mr. Hernandez. Hernandez inspired me in that he embodies the phrase, get a job you like and you'll never work a day in your life. As much as he gets frustrated with us, as much as he does stress out, he really does inspire me to just do what I want to do, as hard as it's going to be to get there. Something I'd like for Hernandez to know, I'm really excited to see where the drum line specifically is going to go with him as our coordinator, and I'm very happy that he's going to be our director for the next few years. I'm really happy to have had him as my director.
The one teacher that really and truly inspired me and pushed me throughout high school was Mr. Galvan. Mr. Galvan is a one-of-a-kind teacher. He does the right thing no matter what. No matter how hard that may be, he does it. Thank you for pushing me to be my best, both in and out of the classroom. Thank you for never giving up on me and always being there. You've been a constant in my life since the day I was born. You are my biggest role model and the best example of a man with strong faith. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for riding it with me.
The teacher who really, truly inspired me and pushed me to be who I am today is Mrs. Landry. She has pushed me to be the best person I can possibly be, and I honestly don't know where I'd be without her. I would like Miss Landry to know that I am thankful for everything that she does for me, from letting me cry on her shoulder to all of the times that I've asked millions and millions of questions, and I would like to thank her for every single bit of it.
I'd have to say the teacher that inspired and pushed me the most was probably Miss Bart. She does well to work around with me and make sure I get work done on time without feeling overwhelmed. And she does a really good job of putting her students' needs before her own a lot of the time, even on days when we can be a bit difficult. Something I'd really like Ms. Bart to know is I owe a huge portion of my academic success to her. She has pushed me and motivated me like no other teacher has. I can truly say over the years, not only have I had a really good teacher, but I'd like to think I've made a really good friend.
The one teacher that really inspired me was Mr. Matlock. When I started choir and when I first met him, I was really shy and not super confident in my voice. And through his support and encouragement, I was able to find my voice and become a better version of myself. What I'd like to say to Mr. Matlock is thank you. Thank you for helping me to become better musically and to be a better version of myself.
I think the teacher that truly inspired me and pushed me the most was Mr. Landry. He really inspired me and pushed me to explore a lot of things like political science, something that I'm looking forward to doing in the future, and just having that experience with him over the last 4 years he was definitely really influential in that. I'd like to say thank you to Mr. Landry for being basically like a second uncle or a second father to me all throughout high school. Thank you for everything that you've done for me, from inspiring me to writing my recommendation letters.